And welcome back, everyone, to the Music City Model Works. Yes, I am still here and still kicking, more or less, I guess. I just wanted to make a video and kind of let everybody know what's been going on and let you know I'm still here and not haven't quit building or anything. Just I guess I just had to do what several of you have done in the past, and I guess we all do at some point in our building. Whether we, regardless of whether we make videos or what, or post on Facebook or whatever, I just had to take a break. Just had to take a break, and no real reason. I don't think it was just a combination of things. I was starting to second guess, what I wanted to do, and second guess my processes, and was having a hard time deciding on what to do, and I'll tell you, I'll tell you what kind of pushed me over the edge. That's not really a good way to put it, but what kind of put the icing on the cake, so to speak, to let me know I need to just step back. I was completing the Pro Street build with the Torino, if you remember last, and I had gotten down to a final test fitting of the body down on the chassis. Everything was ready to go. Chassis, engine was all together. I was getting ready to put glass in and do bare metal foil. And I was getting ready to do one last test fit. And previous to that, I had been doing some rearranging of my build room here, and I was straightening up some things. I had boxes spread out everywhere and had some stuff stuck in different places. And I'm bad about, like if I have a chassis that's pretty much complete and is waiting on something else to get done before I can do any more, whatever, I'll put it inside of, one of the kit boxes turned upside down, or in the box, or put the lid on it, or put it in something or whatever, just, to get it out of the way. And I got ready to do my test fit with the body on the chassis, completed chassis and everything, and I couldn't find my chassis. And I went looking, and I already thrown a bunch of stuff away, and I looked and looked and looked, and I went through drawers and everywhere I needed to look, I might have put it, and I couldn't find it. And the only thing I can figure is that I had put it in something, a box or a kit box or something that I had thrown away. And as a matter of fact, I could not find the box that the Torino kit came in. And so I may have inadvertently thrown it away or whatever, but I was sick, because that chassis was, of course, if you remember, it was back half from the Dirty Donnie Pro Street, the Pro Street GTX or whatever it is. And it was probably my best back half graft work I have done, and everything just fit perfectly. It went together without a hitch, and all sanded down perfectly smooth. You couldn't even tell where the seam where the back half was pieced together. And I had also used the exhaust work from that kit too, and modified it, and it all came together, and I was just sick. And the body work had turned out great. The paint job was it was like 2 feet deep. And I thought, golly, man, I was not going to get another Dirty Donnie kit for the back half of the chassis, and I was not going to do another, I just wasn't going to go through all that again. And so I said, well, I think it's time just to drop back and punt, as they say, and and kind of regroup and rethink things. And so anyway, let me get past that. I didn't want to spend too much time talking about that. I'll try to make this as short as I can and still get you caught up. I have also during that time period up to now, I've been indulging in one of my other hobbies that I've had since I was probably about the same age when I started modeling, probably around 8 or 9 years old, and that's firearms. Shooting. I love to shoot. I don't hunt. I used to in my younger years, and I just I don't have the drive for that anymore, and but I do enjoy shooting, uh, mainly handguns, and I have bought a few new handguns and spent some time at the range and just enjoying that. That, of course, that's one of the most expensive hobbies you can have, and there's just no such thing as a cheap hobby. I've come to that conclusion, and as I'm sure many of you who have hobbies like golf and bowling and hunting and cars and whatever your hobby happens to be, they're all expensive. So, but anyway, so fast forward to now, I have not been out of the. Uh, I haven't been really doing any building, but I've been doing some experimentation with some airbrushes, and I've kind of whittled down my arsenal to just pretty much three main guns that I use. We'll get into that maybe in another video. Let's see what else. I have a new project. First of all, let me apologize, Dylan, to you, New York State Modeling. I'm going to have to take a rain check on the Pro Street build. I'll maybe at some other point get into a group build. If you have another one, I think you already have one going on, or it may be over with. I haven't been keeping up with it. And so I'll take a rain check, and I owe you one, bud. And same for the muscular dystrophy build. I'm just not going to do any. I'm just not going to commit to any group builds right now. Joe, I owe you a NASCAR build, and I will do that. I'm going to do that because Joe has always supported me, and he has always supported my channel and always had really nice things to say about me, and he's been there for pretty much commenting on all my builds, and has just been a good family member of the community. And so, Joe, I'm gonna do the NASCAR build because I had told you that I would, and in order for me to do that and continue to focus on a new project that I have coming up, that's the only thing I'm going to commit to anytime soon. So, Joe, I'll be giving you a group build here in a little bit. This will be from last year, so I'm a full year behind on that, and I apologize for that. I just like I said, I just had to drop back and refocus and get my head back on straight as far as building. All right, on to new project. I had been reading up on doing some research rather, and reading up on some articles for some stuff down the road for some drag race builds that I want to get done here in the next couple of years. And I ran across an article on a guy named, if you're a drag race fan from back in the day, the 60s and 70s, you will know who I'm talking about. Wild Willie Borsch, who kind of cut his teeth and became famous, I guess, if you will, on the driving the Winged Express, which is one of the first. I say one of the first. I think it was the first winged AA fuel altered. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think so. That there was Pure Hell was one of the first, and Wild Willie was teamed up with Al Marcellus. Mousy was his nickname, Al Marcellus, and Marcellus and Borsch was one of the pioneers of the fuel altered class, I guess. And so I wanted to do a tribute build to him. I read some stuff about him in his biography I thought was really neat, and he was a very animated figure, and hence the name Wild Man. He had a kind of a wild hairdo. He could look kind of like a wild guy would look, and so I had always wanted to do a kit of his, and I had not done one, and so I thought this would be a good opportunity to do one. So I was reading and doing my research, and in I said, well, I'm going to do the Wind Express, and because like I said, that's where he, I guess, kind of became famous and really got his name out there. And I said, well, I had already done an Ohio George Montgomery tribute bill where he had, I did the Malco Gasser Mustang, and then I thought, well, that wouldn't be complete without doing his 33 Willis Gasser, and so I did that and did it as a kind of a two-part build. So I said, well, not only did Wild Willie drive the AA fuel altered Wind Express, he also drove for Revell on over into the 70s the Wildman. Well, let me tilt you back here just a little bit. Bear with me. There we go. He also drove the Revell Charger, and he was part of the Revell race team. And they had, if you remember back in the day, there was several drivers who had kits out. Of course, Tom McEwen, Don the Snake Perdome, Ed the Ace McCullough, several others. We're off the top of my head, I can't remember them all. So I thought, well, I will do this one as well and kind of put it on display along with the Wind Express as a two-car build or two-part build, if you will. And so that's what I'm going to do. That'll be my next project, and in between those two, or maybe after those two, will do the NASCAR build I owe Joe from way back. And so that's what we're going to do. That's kind of what we got planned for down the road. And I'm going to concentrate, I think, more as I'm getting more back into a regular routine of building. I'm going to do some more. I think that's one of the things I had gotten away from, is doing my race stuff, and I think that's where my heart, I guess, really is at in when it comes to model building. That's how I got started in model building when I was 8, 9 years old, was doing the NASCARs of that day, the drag race cars, the pro stocks, the funny cars, the rail dragsters, and all that. And so I've never, I'm kind of going back home, as it were, and I'll be doing some of the the manufacturers are coming out with some of the new kits. I've got a couple of kits ordered. I've got the new Dyno Don Mercury Comet. I'll be getting the Mercury Cyclone Eliminator that's coming out. Supposed to be next month. I'll probably get that as well. Basically, pretty much the same kit, more or less, just a little bit, body a little bit different. And maybe building, not necessarily Dyno Don's car, but maybe his, and use another one for, another kit for another driver or whatever. And all the options that are available through Slicks Decals, you can build. Like with the NASCAR builds from JR Models, you can get another set of decals, and you can build, 5 or 6 different drivers' cars using some of the same kits over and over again. So I think that's great for the modeling hobby that's coming out with like JR Models and Revell getting back on their feet, and new offerings from A&T and MPC and Round 2 doing their part to continue the hobby on. I think it's really great for our future, and I hope at least until time for me to check out of this world, or I get to the point to where I can't build anymore because of my eyesight or my dexterity or whatever. So I guess that's where we're at. I want to thank everyone who has been. I have gotten numerous emails and private messages, and you all know who you are. I'm not going to name each one of you. It's too many, and I don't want to leave anyone out. So you know who you are, and I appreciate everyone being concerned, thinking, I haven't been sick other than just my normal maladies that have onset me in old age here, diabetes, and I'm having some upper arm, shoulder trouble in both arms. I've got physical therapy coming up next week, starting for a month, and just the typical getting old stuff. So Anyway, that's where I'm at, and I appreciate everyone's concern, and I hope to. I don't know how many. I'm not going to commit to any group bills. You know, once I get through with Joe's NASCAR that I owe him, and so Scott also. You know, I know I committed. I had actually posted a video with my bill for the Dodge Dart for the Muscular Dystrophy build, and you know, I'm going to put that one off as well, along with the Pro Street bill. Scott, I will down the road I will get something on there and something built for you, but I don't want to cram a bunch of group bills right back in you know, getting started back again. So I want to just take my time and not commit to any group bills for a while. I may do the cancer bill. I've done it ever since its inception, way back, you know, 5-6 years ago when Cliff came out with that. So I may still do it. I don't know. I'm kind of even undecided on that. All right. I guess that's all for right now until I get the first update up on the two-part Wild Willie Borscht bill. And we'll be touching on some stuff about Wild Willie. I thought some interesting facts about him that if you are a drag race fan, you may or may not know. And I thought it was kind of interesting to mention during the bill updates and what have you. All right. I guess for now, I will say so long, and I'll see you soon, hopefully. God bless you and your family. Take care of one another. And, oh, yeah, one other thing. I may or may not be doing as much of the pomp and circumstance videos, if you will, a lot of the, you know, with the music and stuff. I mean, I enjoy that, but it was just becoming a rut and a routine, and I just wanted to break it up a little bit. That's why this one is just, you know, shot from my tablet. I'm going to load it from my tablet up to YouTube. I'm not even going to get on my home computer to do it. I just, you know, just trying to break up the monotony of the routine a little bit, and there will be some, but probably not as many coming up. And if that's, you know, if that keeps you away, you know, I hope it doesn't. But if it does, I mean, so be it. I'm here to try to help modelers become better modelers, he said, and to show you things that I do and different processes, and I think that's more what this community should be about. I think we're not, any of us, we're not movie producers, we're not Steven Spielberg, we're not George Lucas. You know, we're not here to create. I mean, I guess you can, or you could say that's part of it. If it is, then you know, I'm just not going to do that on a regular basis anyway. I think it's good to do that every once in a while, and it keeps people interested. But at the end of the day, we're all here to either learn from one another, to see what the other people have built, and enjoy their experiences, their accomplishments, sharing their failures, whatever they are, if they are any. I don't think we need to focus on the complexity of our videos or whatever. So if that's your thing and you enjoy doing that, hey, more power to you. But you know, I think that's kind of what got me into a rut, to the point to where I just dreaded sitting down and making a video, because it was, you know, had the whole process of having to piece the video together, edit it out, you know, cut out the stupid shit that I said, you know, make sure all the slides, you know, blended together well, and you know, the whole routine of putting together a visually stunning, quote unquote, video. So anyway, all right, once again, take care of one another. God bless you and your family. I'll see you soon. Bye.